Straight ahead on CCX News, something Robbinsdale hasn't seen before. Why city officials say it happened in the first place. Plus, a dialogue on diversity. The second part of our series looks at diversity through the eyes of a city. And later, students promote unity at Wayzata High School.
It's changed our school and our community.
The initiative that has changed the student body for the better. CCX News starts right now. Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. A new apartment project broke ground in Robbinsdale that has the city excited for the future. It's the type of development the city hasn't had before. Reporter Meredith Hackler is on site now with more on this new development and what it means for the city. Meredith?
Hi Shannon, this new apartment building is the first of its kind in Robbinsdale. It's going to be called Birdtown Flats, and it's going to be home to 152 brand new luxury apartments. Now where it's located is very specific. It's right in the middle of the city's downtown area, as well as the new HyVee development. Now the city is crediting this new apartment building to HyVee coming to the area. They're hopeful that other developers will see this building going up, and they too will be inspired to invest in the city of Robbinsdale.
So there's some other areas ripe for redevelopment on West Broadway. So my goal is to continue. I often meet with the smaller developers to look at various sites that just kind of see what vision they might have, whether it's commercial or residential. Whatever we can do to enhance things that Robbinsdale residents want to see as far as housing options and also new businesses.
These new apartments have been in the works since 2013. They'll start pre-leasing the units in spring of 2019, and they'll be ready for residents to move in by January 1st of 2020. Now, at first, the apartments were going to be set further back off the road with parking in the front, but the mayor says they decided to approve a different design.
Originally, they planned on having this building set back with parking in front, and we wanted it to maintain a pedestrian-friendly West Broadway, so we had them change the design to put street front apartments instead of a parking lot.
Now, this building behind me will be coming down, as well as 2 single-family unit homes to make room for the new apartment building. Now, the developers have yet to say how much the new apartments will lease for, but they did say that studio units will lease for around $1,000 a month. Live here in Robbinsdale, Meredith Hackler, CCX News.
Thank you, Meredith. Now you heard about HyVee steering development in Robbinsdale. The Iowa-based grocery chain also has big plans for a store in Plymouth. HyVee has completely gutted the former Cub food store on County Road 24 near the Plymouth-Medina border. The store manager says construction is taking place 6 days a week. This will be the first refurbished grocery store that HyVee plans to open in the Twin Cities. And of course, the big question is when it will open. No opening date is set yet, although it is expected to be open by late fall. A Plymouth man remains in a Montana hospital after he was attacked by a bear. The attack happened just south of the Montana border in the Beartooth Mountains in northern Wyoming. Bradley Johnson, a Plymouth doctor, had been hiking with 3 friends when he encountered a bear and her cub. Authorities say Johnson suffered severe injuries to his arm, shoulder, and back. As we went to air, he was listed in fair condition, but will need more surgeries. Johnson is an ear, nose, and throat physician at Oakdale Clinic. Tuesday night saw Brooklyn Center mayoral challenger Mike Elliott face off against incumbent Tim Wilson. One area of contention was development.
I think that the current direction or the current approach is not well-rounded. It's not well thought out. I think it's sort of piecemeal. I think it's unimaginative. For example, we used to have a strip mall over on 57th. Now we've got a storage unit going up there. When it's a neighborhood lot, commercial lot where we could have neighborhood shops.
But Wilson was quick to say it's not quite that simple.
We have worked very, very hard at redevelopment in Brooklyn Center in the last 12 years. And I have to tell you flat out, it would be nice to dictate to businesses to say, you bring your business to Brooklyn Center. We have businesses that are investing hundreds of millions of dollars in our city. They purchase the land, they acquire it, they come up with a plan, and they invest in our city. And we should encourage more businesses across the board to invest in our city.
CCX News is airing statements from every candidate in every race in our area, and you can see those on our website, ccxmedia.org. Click on Local Vote. And you can also see the complete forum on demand on our website as well. Brooklyn Park is more diverse than it's ever been. In fact, more than half of the population is non-white. According to the city, 1 in 5 residents were born outside of the United States, 9% from Africa, 8% from Asia, and 4% from Latin America. And what's more, 26% of the population speaks a language other than English at home. Reporter Sonia Goins shows us how diverse demographics are changing the way the city does business.
We still maintain our cultures, but make sure we abide by the rules and regulations of this country.
The Boboing family is originally from Ghana, West Africa. They moved here to the United States 6 years ago and now call Brooklyn Park home.
The peaceful aspect of it, and they are friendly too. So that's it. And also, I'm beginning to like the weather here.
Matilda and Francis say they moved here to give their 3 children a better life.
We decided to give our kids the chance to come here and then for the education here.
Matilda was a teacher in Ghana and Francis worked in a bank, but they had to start new careers when they came to the United States. Matilda is now in nursing school, while Francis works 2 jobs.
And a lot of jobs here.
They both recently became U.S. citizens.
We were proud of it because especially our kids will get that opportunity to be citizens because they were not born here.
The Bobway family is part of a growing number of Africans who are calling Brooklyn Park home. In fact, the black or African population is over 26%, while the Asian population is slightly over 18%. And for Hispanics, it sits at 6.1%. So the city is changing the way they've done things in the past to be more inclusive.
But I think people should know that.
Jeff Lundy has been mayor for 7 years and says he's seen the demographics of the city change.
Our diversity is diverse. So people tend to think of diversity, oh, it's this or that. But if you get beyond the skin color and you go into where people are from, you find out there are people, Central Africans are different than West Africans.
Lundy says the influx of different communities is a change for the better.
As we've got more diverse, our crime rate has gone down. So our city is twice as diverse as it was. Our crime rate is half.
And with more than 50% of the population in Brooklyn Park being non-white, officials with the police department are now recruiting officers who are reflective of the community it serves.
We are out there recruiting cadets who are kids from schools, kids from our colleges, kids from our community, and we're recruiting them here to bring diversity to our police department.
Efforts are also underway to teach diversity and inclusion to city staff.
Through a racial equity initiative, we're doing additional trainings and professional development opportunities.
Brooklyn Park also changed its city slogan to celebrate the many different communities who call the city home.
A united and welcoming community that's strengthened by our diversity.
Jeff Lundy says Brooklyn Park's diversity makes it more exciting. Meanwhile, the Bob Blaine family say they plan to work hard and go after the American dream.
Now we are looking for like a house to buy.
In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Thank you, Sonia. Up next, Wayzata students stress the importance of inclusion. Plus, defending state Class A boys soccer champion Totino Grace shoots for another early season win. But first, turning more muggy. Temps in the 80s on Thursday. It's a common mistake judging others we perceive as different, but there's a growing movement at Wayzata High School to bring people of all backgrounds and abilities together. Delane Cleveland introduces us to 2 standout students who are leading the charge to break down barriers.
Want to go outside?
Wayzata High School is known for its academic reputation.
Each of you is going to grab one of the bocce balls that you see.
But even the smartest and brightest can't turn down an opportunity.
There's a lot of kids that can't get into this class. They want to be in this class.
To sign up for a gym class that involves being outside on a beautiful day.
It's full. All year.
Just like bowling.
Full not just because the students get to play bocce ball outdoors, but because this unified physical education class mixes general education students like Mimi Schrader
Someone knock hers off there.
with special education students like Joey Suker.
Before my sophomore year, I didn't really know a lot. Like, we didn't pass each other in passing time, and so this was the first time I really got to meet them and get to know them.
I've enjoyed being in this class and like doing all the fun activities.
Unified PE is now in its third year.
All right, so make up your teams.
It's a class that came about after staff decided that physical education would be the best place to unite the populations.
Where they can learn how to cooperate, they can learn to problem solve, they can learn to communicate.
Yet Mimi wanted more, so she helped establish Club Unified Students, also known as Club Us. The organization creates opportunities both inside and outside of school for the two populations to be together.
I've seen our lunchroom change. Kids used to just sit by themselves in the lunchroom, and now they're scattered all across the lunchroom eating with their new friends.
Joey is an active member of Club Us, but this duo's involvement in the cause extends beyond Wayzata High School.
The club has meant so much to me. I have made so many friends.
Joey and Mimi also serve on the student board of Special Olympics Minnesota. This past summer, the two delivered the keynote speech at the National Student Council Conference, where they talked about the importance of inclusion.
We plan weekend outings, like going out for ice cream, going out for movies. X marks the spot.
The ultimate goal with the unified movement is to create a culture shift that changes how people judge and treat those with disabilities.
Everyone has feelings, and to not feel included is something that no one wants.
In Plymouth, Blaine, Cleveland, CCX News.
Mimi is also a star basketball player, and she's committed to play basketball at the United States Naval Academy and then serve in the military after graduation. Meanwhile, Joey says he'd like to one day get a job with the Special Olympics. Those two standout students are going to be hard to beat. Still ahead, perhaps the best kept gardening secret in Plymouth. But first, Park Center's volleyball team tries to net a win over Cooper. John Jacobson has the highlights up next.
The Totino Grace boys soccer team captured the state Class A title last season. The Eagles are ranked #1 early this year as well. They hosted Elk River Tuesday. First half, Grace's Stevenson Lamar makes a few nifty moves and scores for a 1-0 Eagles lead. Second half, Liam Vance passes to Herbert Endele, and he buries the low shot through traffic, and it's 2-0 Grace. And Coach Bill Vance's team adds one more when Endele capitalizes on the penalty kick. Top-ranked Eagles win 3-0. They are 4-0 against Minnesota teams and 4-2 overall. In volleyball, Park Center won 3 matches at the Irondale tournament over the weekend, placing 5th. The Pirates look to continue that momentum as they hosted Cooper. Off of Cooper's serve, Katrina Chen sets it to Sydney Workin in the middle for a kill. Park Center rolls in the first set, 25-16. Cooper plays better in the second. Off the Morgan Eukstead serve, Madeline Cole puts away the overpass, and the Hawks lead for part of this set. But the Pirates turn it up a notch. Tanaya Foster's first hit is dug, but she goes right back up to hammer it home, and Park Center wins 25-21. Cooper takes the lead again early in the third set. Cole with the block as the Hawks go up 11-9 as they look to extend the match. But Kayla Cox goes big on a serving run late in the set. She delivers an ace serve here. And then they'll go to Nia Richter for a kill as Park Center gets the sweep against section opponent Cooper.
Yeah, we're just talking about keeping the energy up and going, like, scrambling for the balls that we need to scramble for and just keep playing.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like, we have a lot of new girls compared to last year, but we're doing really good so far, and the tournament really helped us with our win today, too.
Park Center's Thursday opponent is Maple Grove. The Crimson were looking for their third conference win of the young season when they hosted Blaine. Seniors Zoe Brown and Alexi Preed singing the national anthem on the anniversary of 9/11. Highlights of the match. It's a kill for Blaine, and they build an 8-3 lead in the first set. But then the Crimson go on a 10-0 run. Brown setting to Alyssa Brockskow, and she delivers the kill. Maple Grove in the lead. Later on the Blaine left side attack, it's Preed and Karis here getting the block. Maple Grove wins the first set 25-19. Set 2, Brown with a quick set to Shear for the kill, and Maple Grove leads this one by 4 points. Coach Courtney Sabat's team holds its lead in this set. Preed passing to Brown, who dumps it over for set point, and Maple Grove wins 25-21. Leafy and the Crimson can celebrate this night, third set. And it's Broska and Elizabeth O'Callaghan getting the block. Maple Grove wins it in 3, and the Crimson is now 3-1. Champlin Park is the #1 team in the state, and you can watch the Rebels on CCX Thursday night as they host Blaine. It's live on CCX1 and on our website, ccxmedia.org, or catch the replays Friday night at 10 or Saturday afternoon at 4. Friday night, the much-improved Wayzata football team hosts Edina, coached by former Osseo coach Darren Lampker. See it live Friday night at 7 or catch the replay Saturday night at 7 or Sunday at 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. That's it for sports. Shannon, back to you.
All right, thank you, John. The Robbinsdale School Board serves 7 communities and more than 100,000 residents in the Northwest Metro. 5 candidates have filed to fill 4 seats. We hear from 2 incumbents today, David Boone and Michael Herring.
Hello, my name is David Boone, and I'm asking for your vote on Tuesday, November 6th for re-election to the Robbinsdale Area School Board. As an educator and coach for 25 years, 6 of which were spent at Robbinsdale Cooper High School, I feel that I'm uniquely qualified to earn your vote and provide that perspective to my colleagues on the school board. I believe every school board needs to have teacher representation to help administration understand the impact of decisions that are being made. I want to be that voice for you, for our students, teachers, and community. I love our neighborhoods. In this election, we have a great opportunity to move our students and community to higher heights by voting yes for the referendum and darkening that oval next to my name, David Boone, for a seat on the Robbinsdale Area School Board. Thank you, and please vote.
I'm Michael Herring, and I'm asking you to re-elect me to the Robbinsdale School Board. During the past 4 years, I've been an active leader on the board, serving as treasurer for 2 years and currently the vice chair. I bring a unique perspective to our board as a parent of 2 elementary students, as a business owner, and as an attorney. I support the current board's emphasis on improving our graduation rate, our 3rd grade literacy rate, and providing safe and civil schools for all students. I'm proud to have the Teachers Union endorsement. Please vote for me on November 6th. Thank you.
Up next, gardeners share their best-kept secrets. And finally, gardeners are already thinking ahead to next spring. It's perhaps the best-kept gardening secret in Plymouth, the city's biannual plant swap. Gardeners bring in their perennials and swap them with plants grown by others. Not only is it a free way to enhance your landscaping, it's also a great way to learn.
And that's the other nice thing, is people are willing to share a lot of information between, you know, what's this plant, where should I plant it? Well, the best person to ask is the person who had it in their yard.
Absolutely. Plant swaps take place twice a year at the Plymouth Maintenance Facility, once in the spring and once in the fall. And that's all the time we have for now. We'll see you next time.